So, good evening, everyone. My name is Andre Juan Alberto Nababan, and in this opportunity, I am going to do a English language presentation that provides information or that present the presentation about past perfect tense. So, guys, please enjoy my presentation. Past perfect tense, the definition. Past perfect tense generally will be used by writer to inform a past situation that happened before the other situation nearly after that. So in this sentence, it explains that the past perfect tense is used, the past perfect tense used to inform or to explain a past situation that happened before the other situation. So basically, uh, this sentence explains that when we have uh, two situation or two action in the past perfect tense is included there to explain that past situation that happened nearly after that. So it means the situation before. So if there was or there is two situation in the past perfect tense explain the situation that happened first or that happened before the nearly after that situation. And the second, I have written that we use past perfect tense had plus past participle to talk about time up to a certain point in the past. So if there is a timeline table, this past perfect tense explain something in the past up to a certain point in the past. So it is actually not a continuous past, but it's just a past situation that happened in the past, but it has a certain point in the past. So I'll show you later about the timeline of the tenses, guys. I'm sorry, guys. And here I write also about the formula. So here I give three formula. The first is the positive sentence formula, and then the negative sentence formula, and last is the question sentence formula. For the positive sentence formula, it the formula state as subject plus had plus past participle plus etc. The etc can be filled by clause, yeah, mainly clause, a clause, phrase clause, clause. And for the negative sentence, the formula is subject plus had not or hadn't plus past participle plus clause, blank, 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 or clause. And the third, the question sentence formula is had plus subject plus past participle, or actually you guys or we all can say past participle as verb 3. So yeah, had plus subject plus verb 3 plus etc plus clause. Okay, hope you guys get it until here. Next. So after we learn about the definition and the formula, I want to give an exercise to you guys. I want to challenge you guys and also myself here to define. Here, the exercise is to define which situation or which action happened first. So basically, we are going to change these all sentences here that I have already that I wrote here into the past tense. I mean the past situation tense. Uh, so and then uh, it has here two sentences in one situation. So every situation has two sentences. So I need everyone to choose to define which sentence happened first and what for. I will explain it later. So I just read it fast, guess the sentences that is written here. So the first, Brigitta forget to buy breads. Brigitta do not make sandwiches. The hotel has no more room left. My friend does the booking online. I drink too much of coffee. I will not have a good sleep. I have not entered the cafe. I do not get the Wi-Fi password from the cashier. I need to go to the toilet. I drank 1.2 liter of water. Dwayne arrives at home. Maya had finished her homework. So, what we are going to learn here is a past perfect for the earlier actions. So, if you guys have already think which sentence from this slide happened first, uh, you guys is will going to get easy to define or to make the past perfect tense for that sentence. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. So the past perfect tense for the earlier actions. The definition again, we can use the past perfect to show the order of two past events. The past perfect shows the earlier action, and the past simple shows the later or the after action. For example number one, Brigitta had forgotten to buy breads. That's why she didn't make sandwiches. In this sentence, we have two sentences like the main sentence and the secondary sentence. In the main sentence, it we it is written or we we use the past perfect tense. How can we know if the first sentence or the main sentence uses the past perfect sentence? Here, in this sentence, uh, look at the verb. Here is written had and forgotten. Had is an auxiliary verb, past auxiliary verb from have or has, and forgotten is a past participle verb from forget. So if we combine past participle, past auxiliary verb, and past participle verb, it produce a past perfect tense like this. Brigitta had forgotten to buy breads. That is past perfect tense. And next, that's why she didn't make sandwiches. In the secondary sentence, it is shown that we notice the verb didn't. Didn't is the past tense from not, do not. So the secondary sentence is a past simple tense. And then the second example, guys. My friend had done the booking online, and the hotel had no more room left. Yeah, guys, for me or for some of the other person also, the other people might feel that this second example is a little bit tricky because the verb is similar or even the same. So we look at this blue sentence, the blue color sentence, the blue color letter of sentences. My friend had done the booking online. So we can take a look at the verb. The verb we use is had done. We see had there and we see also done. So we can easily say that it is a past perfect tense because it uses the past auxiliary verb from have or has, which is had, and the past participle verb from do, which is done. So my friend had done the booking online, past perfect tense. And the secondary sentence, and the hotel had no more room left. It shows here that it only has the verb had. So we can say that this secondary sentence is a past simple tense sentence. Okay, we just directly continue to the third example. I had not entered the cafe, so I didn't get the Wi-Fi password from the cashier. The first sentence is past perfect tense as it's also already shown. It is blue. It used the verb had not and entered. It is to. It used to verb using past action verb. I mean, like the had is past and entered is also past, so it shows that it tells us that it is a past perfect tense. It indicates in the secondary sentence. So I didn't get the Wi-Fi password from the cashier. Didn't here is a past tense. So yeah, we can say that this secondary sentence is a past simple tense. Next, the fourth examples. I had drunk 1.2 liter of water and needed to go to the toilet. I had drunk. I had drunk is a past perfect tense because uh, we use I use we use had and we use drunk in this sentence. It indicates that the sentence is a past perfect tense. And the secondary tense use the verb needed that indicates the sentence used a past simple tense. So the complete sentence is I had drunk 1.2 liter of water and needed to go to the toilet. And here I give the last example for this explanation, past perfect for the earlier action. So the fifth example is Maya had finished her homework when Dwayne arrived at home. Okay, in this fifth example, the subject used the verb had and the verb finished, where the verb had is a past auxiliary verb from have or has, and finished is a past participle or verb tree verb from finish. So we can tell or we can say that this main sentence uses the tenses of past perfect, guys. And the secondary sentence, when Dwayne arrived at home. Here we see the verb for this sentence is arrived. It is written as a verb to sentence, a verb to verb. So we can indicate that this secondary verb is a past simple verb. Here guys, I give a little bit of help actually for all of us. So I mean I give a help for us by giving us the formula here at the bottom, at the bottom. So I just read fast the formula. The formula is S stands for subject plus had or had not plus past participle plus clause, extra clause in the end, in the back, comma, clause, whatever the clause is, plus past simple plus the ending clause that refer to the sentence. So yeah, guys, we see here had or had not plus past participle and past simple. I mean here from past simple is that we only change the verb into a verb to verb, guys. Okay. We shall continue, guys. So guys, yeah, as I already planned, or as I already made that I make a slide that shows which sentence from the past sentence happened first. So I just show it quick. The first sentence from Brigitta forget to buy breads and Brigitta do not make sandwiches. The action that happened first is Brigitta forget to buy breads. And the second sentence that has the sentence the hotel has no more room left and my friend does the booking online. The action that happened first is the my friend does the booking online sentence. And the third sentence, I have drink too much of coffee. I will not have a good sleep. What happened first is I drink too much of coffee. The fourth, I have not entered the cafe and I do not get the Wi-Fi password from the cashier. What happened first is I have not entered the cafe. Fifth, I need to go to the toilet. I drank 1.2 liter of water. What happened first is I drank 1.2 liter of water. Dwayne arrives at home. Maya had finished her homework. What happened first is somehow it's clear. It's Maya had finished her homework. Next, guys. So here is the timeline that I have already mentioned in the first slide, the second slide actually, of the past perfect tense. So we can see that here, nearly in the middle, is the present, 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 or present. I'm sorry, guys, it's not present, but it's present. It means to present tense. So if you guys have it or take it a bit hard to understand this timeline, you can imagine this line, this this line is like an x-axis in the math. So where it shows the 0.0 point is in the present, and when it goes to the right, it goes positive, and when it goes to the left, it becomes negative. So from the present, we can see that the positive point is the future tense, and the negative point is the past tense. There is past perfect and past tense. It it actually also has the past continuous tense. So where does the past continuous tense lay? The past continuous tense uh, happen happened uh, just before the past tense and finish just after the past tense. So it usually an action after a past perfect tense action. but it starts nearly before the past tense and finish nearly after the past tense. It is clear before the present and the future tense. So guys, yeah, here is the past perfect tense, the the very past, the very past action that lays in the most left. And here the non-past perfect tense. What do I mean here, guys, everyone? Not every past action sentence is a past perfect tense. So people should define which one is the non-perfect tense. Sometimes people get confused when they meet the past action sentences because there are several types of sentences in which they are using different tenses. Here guys, so as I already mentioned before, I mean that if we talk about the past situation action, we can use several type of tenses, which is past simple, past continuous, and even past perfect tense. So when we're learning the English language and we meet the uh, study about tenses, we should clearly define, guys, everyone, that uh, which tenses does the sentence refer to. We should use it correctly, the tenses to the sentence. So in this opportunity, I am only going to help you guys to a little bit understand about the past perfect tense. So, okay, we shall continue, guys. Active and passive voice in past perfect tense. So, guys, uh, after we learn about the past perfect tense, the simple use, the definition, the formula, the timeline about the past perfect tense, we need to know more. We need to explore more. We need to get to know what else these tenses could be used for. So I just input here. I just yeah put it here. The active and passive voice in past perfect tense. So if we learn about active and passive voice, we should differentiate it. We should differentiate the active and the passive. I mean, we should know what is active here means, what is passive here means, active voice, passive voice in past perfect tense. So here I give you guys the explanation. It is written that the past perfect tenses, active voice, tells us what a person or thing does or did actually. The subject performs the action or verb on the object. So in the active voice, the subject perform an action or an action that is described in the verb to the object directly, like an active sentence, like an active situation. And the formula is subject plus head plus verb 3 or past participle plus object. While the past perfect tenses passive voice tells us what is done to someone or something. So a little bit explanation between the active and passive. So if in the active, it is clear that a person or a thing in the as the subject do or did something because it is past tense to an object. In the passive, it is an action that is done to the subject, to the subject. Yeah, it can be a person or maybe animal or something else as a subject. And the formula for the passive voice is object. So basically we change the subject from the active voice and the object in the active voice. We use it as the first, as the, I mean like, as the subject in the passive voice here, but actually it is the object if it is an active voice. So it's object plus had plus been plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. So why we use by here? Because it's done by the subject. So like by someone, by something, like that. Next, here is the active and passive voice in past perfect tense examples. So basically I give the here I give the example of active and passive. So this is the example of a passive that is formed from an active voice. Okay, we can see it here, guys. I'm going to explain it a little bit. So in the active voice, we have he had made a house, and when it formed, when it changed to, when it's transformed into the passive voice, it becomes a house had been made by him. So we see here the red color is object, a house. When it's transformed to the passive, it's become the subject, the object from the active, a house. Had been made by. It's literally the formula. Had been made and by. By who? By him. He, from he. Taken from he. And the second, we from the active voice, we had not written a letter, and when it's transformed into a passive voice, it becomes a letter had not been written by us taken from we, transformed into us. And the third examples, you had taken lunch. When it's transformed into a passive, it becomes lunch had not been taken by you, like that. And the fourth example, they had won the game. The game had been won by them. That is the passive. And the last example, I had not collected coins. And when it's become passive, it becomes coins had been collected by me, like that, guys. So I show you guys a little bit about the formula here. The active formula subject plus had plus verb 3 plus object, and the passive formula is object plus had plus been plus verb 3 plus by plus subject. Okay, okay guys, so here I give exercises, guys. It actually already state it is actually already given the answer, the solution. So It's not very hard, or it's not very tough, or how to say it? Tough, tough, T-O-U-G-H, tough. It's not very tough to finish these exercises actually, guys, but we just do it together to make sure that we can already interpret, or we can already use these tenses quite well, or whether we already understand these tenses a little bit, a little bit. So yeah, it gives some positive and some also negative sentence, but it doesn't give the question sentence, guys. I'm sorry, guys. So yeah, we continue to the first exercises, guys. Let us do it together. When I arrived at the cinema, number one, guys, the film, blah blah blah, start. So what is the answer here? We can easily indicate that this is a past perfect simple exercises, and it is shown that the first sentence, or maybe it is here the main sentence, is use the past simple tense. So we can indicate that, yeah, this secondary sentence happened nearly before the first main sentence. So how do we input the past perfect tense in the sentence, guys, it when this sentence give a clue, a verb of start? So uh, as it mentioned before, guys, we need the past auxiliary verb from have or has, plus the past participle or verb 3 verb. So if we have the clue start, we need to input had before this verb, and this verb start, we transform it into a past participle or a verb 3 verb. So the answer is had started. So this sentence will be like, when I arrived at the cinema, the film had started. And for the second exercises, she blah 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 flew live in China before she went to Thailand. So before she went to Thailand is a past simple secondary sentence, and this is a past perfect sentence for the first sentence. So we just need to input had and past participle verb only. So the sentence will be, she had lived in China before she went to Thailand. Like that, guys. And the third exercises, after they blah 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 eat the shellfish, they began to feel sick. So a past perfect simple uses the past auxiliary verb had and plus the verb 3 of the verb. Here the verb is eat, so the verb 3 is eaten. So the sentence will be, after they had eaten the shellfish, they began to feel sick. Number 4, if you blah 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 listen to me, you would have got the job. The past perfect simple tense, had plus past participle, and we have the clue is listen. So the verb should be listen. So the past auxiliary verb plus past participle verb is had listened. So the sentence will be, if you had listened to me, you would have got the job. Number 5, when we blah 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 finished dinner, we went out. And here is again a past perfect tenses. A past perfect tenses use a past auxiliary verb from have or has, which is had, plus a verb tree verb from finish. So the complete verb, the the couple verb is had finished. So the sentence will be, when we had finished dinner, we went out. Number 6, the garden was dead because it blah 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 be dry all summer. Here is a past perfect tense. In the past perfect tense, we need the past auxiliary verb from have or has, which is had again, and the verb tree from be, been. So the sentence will be, the garden was dead because it had been dry all summer. Number 7, the children blah 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 not or do their homework, so they were in trouble. In the past perfect tense, uh, we need the past auxiliary verb from have or has, which is had, and we transform the do become done, and the not stays to not. So the sentence become, the children had not done their homework, so they were in trouble. And number 8, she said that she blah 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 not visit the UK before. So we transform not visit become a past perfect tenses verb. It becomes a verb of it becomes had not visited. So the sentence will become, she said that she had not visited the UK before. And number 9, the grass was yellow because it blah 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 not rain all summer. We transform the verb become a past perfect verb. So the verb will become had not rained. So number 9, the answer, the sentence will become, the grass was yellow because it had not rained all summer. And the last, it might be the last everything we are going to do today. So the tenth sentence is, she told me she blah 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 study a lot before the exam. So the verb study here, we should transform it into a past perfect tenses. So the verb will become had studied. And by that, we will have the sentence become, she told me she had studied a lot before the exam. So guys, these are the 10 exercises to exercise our knowledge of past perfect tense. Or here I write past perfect simple. It's just a matter of word. It's just the same, I mean. And guys, therefore, I hope you guys can learn something, and maybe you guys can uh, replay or replay this video. Take a note a little bit, and take a note also for some exercises, and do a summary so you guys get something from this video. Yeah, guys, because uh, I want, I mean, I am intent to help you guys. So I suggest some suggestion. I suggest some advice to you guys to help you guys to learn this presentation. Yeah, I almost forget that this is an representation. Next. So thank you guys.